G'day my friends, how are you? So let's have a look at this Miniart M3 Lee, the Australian version, which I've been looking forward to getting. I got this at a really good price. I got it for about 60 Australian dollars, which is a really good bargain, but usually they're selling this one for about 90 Australian dollars to about 100 Australian dollars. But they look really cool. They look really cool. So let's have a look and see what we get inside. So you get the instructions here, and you get to build up, I think it's 4 different versions. So we've got the first one here, which is the 3rd Armoured Division, the 2nd Army Tank Battalion, C Squadron of the Australian Army. Now these never left the Australian shores. We got like 700 of them or something. And this one's got the extended fender and the smaller gun there, and it's got a little weight on the end of the gun. You get your instructions on what parts you get, and it's a full interior, of course, so looks like it goes together quite well. Really looking forward to building this. It looks like a really interesting build, and you've got that round Continental engine here. I built the border one for the Focke-Wulf. That was a pretty hard build, but hopefully this one's not as hard. So yeah, you just sort of knock it all up, get the full interior done. It's not going to be an easy kit to build. There's a lot going on, you know. You've got the 75 or 76mm cannon, and I think it's 75mm cannon. There it is. So you get the choice between the longer barrel, so the second version, or the shorter barrel, a smaller caliber one. See here? So they had 2 versions. There was a lower caliber 75 and the higher caliber 75. And you get to choose in this Australian version which one you get. And you put it all together. And then once you get this together, like, there's so much work to do by the looks of it on the body alone. And then once you get all that done, then you've got to work on the turret. So you get all that finished, and then you've got to work on the turret here with the 37mm. And it's got the turret basket and everything, so it'd be really good. And so we've got some more versions here. So this is the one that's on the front. So that's the 1st Armoured Regiment of the 1st Tank Battalion of B Squadron. That's a training tank, another training tank. They were all used in training. And then we've got the 3rd Army, 2nd Tank Battalion. It's a cool one. So we've got different greens and all that kind of stuff. And then we've got a brown and dark yellow. And that's the Land Headquarters Electrical and Mechanical Engineer School in New South Wales in 44. You can see it's got the longer barrel there. That's got those fenders. And that one's got the longer barrel with those cut-off fenders. That's got the cut-off fenders with the short barrel. So you can choose whichever one you like, and you can do some different versions. And you get the decal sheet here. They're cool little decals, aren't they? Some pretty standard Australian stuff. You get your clear parts. And then you get a photo etch sheet as well for all your photo etch needs. They're nice little grills. The tracks look pretty complicated to build, so you get these little thingamajigs. These are the little clips. See there? And then on the other side, so you get those 2 bolts. They clip into these other parts that you get. So if we go down here, you get this big pile here of these things. And these are the pads, and they sort of, so if you flip them over, you can see it's got their little groove holes there. And you put those little pins in those groove holes, and then you squash them together and you've got a track. And you get a whole bunch of those and a whole heap of those, but it'll take a while to cut it all out, won't it? Alright, let's move this and let's start having a look at some of these parts here. So we've got the actual turret here. And you can see it's got a lot of texture on it. Some really nice texture actually. It's a real wee little turret. That's why they put this on, because they couldn't really make the bigger turrets quite yet before they got the Sherman going. So that's why they put the larger cannon in the body and they put a smaller one on with an anti-tank gun, 37mm in there. Which looks good. Oh, and you've got the interior as well, and you can see there's no ejector pin marks where you're really going to have a lot of problems with it. So it's good. Nice bolt details as well. And then you get all these kinds of different boxes, which are nice. See the attachments there and all that kind of stuff. There's some really cool stuff in here. So let's get a few things out and have a look. So we got, these are the wheels. Which are as detailed as they need to be. There's the inside. We've got some just more random parts here. A lot of this stuff, so heap of this, just little stuff, and that's the thing with Miniart, they give you so many of these little sprues, and that'd be the cupola. And then we've got the drive sprockets, so you get 2 of those. Which look good. You know, that'll be a bit annoying. See how they've done that? And then you've got these fishtail, or I think, what are they called? Fishtail exhausts or something? The Australian one has the fishtail exhausts. And then we've got some air filters, which look good. Because they put these ones on the Sherman Firefly as well. And I did them with Dragon, and they look a lot better than the Dragon ones. And then you get this really big one here. So we'll just move some of this stuff. And we'll have a good look at it, because it's got some really cool parts on this one. See all the rivets? Rivets weren't that great as a tank design thingy, but they will look cool when it's done. Here are all the side parts. Look at that. That's cool. The roof part. And it's all full interior, so it should be really nice on the inside as well. And you can see, that's really good. There's some ejector pin marks here, but they'll be hidden up. Really cool. See how the plastic explode? See, it's been pushed into there and it's come out, but then it's hit those other injections. That looks good. That's the interior part. Or maybe this is the exterior part. I'm not sure. I think it's the interior part. You've got a big injector pin mark right there. That's a really cool one. get heaps of these ones. So this would be more of the, what would you call the suspension. That looks good. So these look like they'll be a little bit of a complicated build-up, but not too bad. You get a whole heap of those. So you build up heaps of the parts for the tracks and the wheels and all that kind of stuff. Oh, Miniarts, they do so many small ones. So you get this little machine gun one here. There's different machine guns. Those 30 cals look pretty good. A little Thompson. Looks like we just got some extras there. Always need those little parts to put on the little weird little details that you get. The old British style shovel and axe. There's the axe head with the axe handle. We've got some 37mm ammunition parts here, so that would be the base and that would be the tips. And then we've got some ammunition storage here for the machine guns. That'd be a good little storage of 37mm gun. And then we've got another one here. So it looks like we've got, this would be for the front drive sprocket or the rear one. There's the rear drive wheel. Yeah. Interesting. All these different parts, heaps of different parts. It's endless. You get this one here, the little Duvalakis like that. Really haven't done a hell of a lot of Australian, British, American stuff, and it's interesting, you know, because I do a hell of a lot of the Soviet and the German stuff, and you really get used to their tools and weapons, and it's just getting used to the sort of Allied standard stuff. They're those big fenders. I would like to use the smaller ones, I reckon, the ones that don't go all the way over. We've got a big long one here, and this has got the basket. And that basket does look good. See how you got the floor detail on it? Yeah, sort of cross floor detail, the metallic cross floor detail. Pretty cool bucket. Get some more 30 cal machine guns, Browning. That's a really big sprue with heaps of different little weird parts. Now we're starting to get to the bigger sprues here, so this is a medium-sized one. Once again, more just crazy detail. This is a part of the actual body here. Look at all those wires and stuff. Loving the rivets, eh? But you can see it won't be an easy build. It's, oh, there that goes. Won't be an easy build at all. Here we got that Continental engine. How awesome is that? That's really good. That'll be fun to cut out. That'll be fun to install. Big pipes. Big antler pipes. That does look like a cool engine. And then we've got more body parts. And we've got a cannon here, so we've got one of the cannons. That cannon's slide molded out. Looks really good. Now this is the first of the really big one. You can see the cast detail on the front there. Very nice sprue. You got some turret rings, endless body parts. It's quite a big tank. There's some nice cast detail on that, isn't there? Machine gun. There you got another. There's the smaller cannon. And that's a 37mm. It's got some cool detail on the end of that there. And then the last sprue. Cool little seat. I like the cross pattern there for the metal design. That's very Australian. We always have those. See that? It's going to paint up awesome. There's some more ammunition. Some doors. Heaps of stuff in this kit. Heaps of stuff. Heaps of detail. And that's that. That's the Australian M3 on my new display case that I'm building up. Alright my friends, I'll speak to you again very soon.